Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Carson Conrad here with Chromajt, and today we're going to be talking about Starlink internet. Now, some of you may be familiar with Starlink, most of you probably not. It's a rather new internet opportunity, actually, option to say, and it's currently in the beta phase. So, Starlink internet, what is it? Starlink internet is through SpaceX's satellites. So Elon Musk owns SpaceX, and these satellites, what's special about it is they're half the distance from the Earth. So they're twice as close as your normal satellites that you're usually, currently dealing with. Usually when you hear the term satellite internet, for me at least, it's got a lot of cons to it, a lot of downsides. Now, some of these big ones, data caps. This is huge because, anyone that has any type of family, really, the only way that a data capped internet is really ever useful is maybe if you're an older couple, older person, and maybe you're just checking your email, paying bills online, not really using much bandwidth up. Now, say you have a kid or two, or family of four, you like to watch TV, maybe you stream through Disney Plus. Maybe someone in the family has an Xbox or some type of gaming console. Satellite internet is not a good option because you may do one update and take up all of your data. So, what's different about Starlink is there's no data limit, and it's also high speed internet. So, it's kind of the first of its kind, really, and that's why it's in the beta phase. Now, currently, what is it costing? What's Starlink costing? Well, currently, it's a little bit pricier. You're going to be paying $99 a month. And on top of that, there is a one-time equipment fee. And this covers shipping, handling, tax, your satellite, and router. And this is going to be just under $500. One-time fee. That's it. It may vary depending when Starlink leaves the beta phase and actually becomes, Starlink. But currently at the moment, that's what it's going to cost. With your down payment is $99. Now, just because you put in and purchase it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get it right away. But if you put in a down payment, it reserves a spot for you. So currently, I've been waiting about 3 weeks now since I made my first payment to Starlink. And at this point, it's any day for me to get, my dish. You set up the dish on your own. Now, that may sound scary to some, but very simple. There's actually an app on your phone, Starlink app, which you bring it up for this. It has its own setup mode, and you bring it up, and you point your camera to the sky, and you just try and get as much clear space as possible. It's basically giving you the view from the satellite's point of view and what the satellite's seeing. Now, something different, unique with satellite internet, compared to your landline, your usual internet. For me in this area, it's Frontier. That's the only other option, and it's very bad. I'm usually getting up to 2 megabytes a second download speed, and that's good. I'm happy with that. That's terrible. That's completely terrible. Now, satellite internet obviously uses satellites to connect to the internet. So, some issues to keep in mind, especially during the beta phase, is there can be obstructions to these satellites. Weather can have an impact, cloudy, rainy, thunderstormish, those type of weathers can have an impact. Sometimes, though, adjusting your satellite is simply all it takes to give yourself better connection. What I have found is a lot of people experiences outages for very short periods. So, say 6 to 12 seconds, you go out, and in this time, basically, your dish that you've mounted yourself is losing that signal to that satellite, and it's just reconnecting to another satellite because there's multiple up there. And now, as the beta goes on, and as Starlink goes on, they're continually launching more and more satellites. So, eventually within a year or two, it may be, perfect. It may be pitch perfect with very few disconnections. Currently, most people do experience some disconnections, but one thing that people can attribute this to is it tends to peak or spike within a certain, time. So they're able to kind of adapt to this and see, okay, this time I can expect this to happen, or I'm this likely to get kicked off. And a lot of times these short outages are not an issue. If you're just browsing the internet, doing things on your computer, as long as you're saving and not something where you get kicked offline and instantly get kicked out. So say you're taking maybe a test, some exams, that may have a feature where once you lose that internet connection, you're instantaneously kicked out. Majority of the time while you're using the internet, browsing web, you're going to have an opportunity to reconnect before, you're kicked or redirected anywhere else. Now, when it comes to gaming, can be an issue with those outages. So if you're in a game, even if it's a 6-second outage, you're going to be removed from that game, kicked from those servers, and going to have to reconnect. So keep that in mind. Now, for me though, it's better than what I got. Absolutely worth trying. And then I can just use, go back to hotspot, another type of internet. If I need something to play a game or something that I feel needs to be more reliable with my StarLink is having issues. Now, all in all, that being said, some things to keep in mind. From your purchase of StarLink, it's going to take you about 2 to 4 weeks to get your package, is what they recommend. Now, they do very well on when it comes to the terms and service and it comes to refunds, whatnot. They promise to match the projected speeds for what they project to give you from their product. So what I thought was interesting is say you're only getting about a quarter of these speeds that you're projected, or you're having like 4 times more the outages. It seems that they're very fair when it comes to this, because they're willing to refund you, not necessarily fully, but they will refund you, an amount. If you're getting a quarter of the services that they're providing, then it's looking like your bill could be reduced to a quarter of what you're paying. Thank God, because Frontier is awful. They would never work with me like that. So not Frontier. StarLink, I'm very happy to hear about this. We've been looking for internet options since August of this year, trying out AT&T, T-Mobile, no success with them, and glad to see StarLink and give it a go. I'll be glad to continue to update all of you. Let me know, if you have any questions, anything about it. I'm very interested into it myself, so anything, feel free to holler at me. Leave a comment on the video. You could message me too as well. DM me on Instagram, poppy_kodak_, or you can email me at cconrad.loc@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me. But yeah, leave a comment on the video. And thank you all for tuning in and watching. And I hope y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell notification below. And as always, take care.